Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy, teaching everyday people just like you how to trade and invest with the financial markets. Now, we talk about stocks, trading, investing with those. We get into futures contracts, gold, oil, silver. We'll talk about that coming up. There's opportunities in there for income strategies. Forex, which would be the currency market, opportunities there for income strategies. Options, which is mainly option contracts on stocks, which essentially give you buying power or capital efficiency. We talk a lot about that in this show, and we're going to get into that here in the next couple segments. But even cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency, it's not looking good for a lot of people right now, but there are potentially are still opportunities out there. If you look at Bitcoin right now, what is Bitcoin? The down to the lows again, at about 16,000 bucks per coin there. So there's potentially some opportunities there. And that's why we kind of bring these to light as far as the markets, because it looks bad for a lot of people, but it's always an opportunity. Both directions. We have shorting the market, which means profiting in down markets. So there's strategies designed for both directions in the financial markets. If you missed tickets to that free investing class that we host at our academy, here's a physical place to go to learn how to trade and invest. Not one of those silly YouTube videos. It's actually a place to go. We have an academy all over the country, but locally here, if you're listening to the show, we have a class near you. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. This is for 2 seats for an investing class. Also, a financial quick start kit. And in this kit, there's some topics on how to get started right away, but also some free stock picks. Al, everybody likes some free stuff, especially when it's that holiday season. They want some stock picks to see how this strategy actually works. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 right now. So, Al, I mentioned that it's the holiday season. I got to ask you a question. Are you ready for Christmas this year?
I don't think in my entire life I have ever been totally ready. I'm the guy that people see out shopping on Christmas Eve when the prices triple or quadruple.
There you go. That's why I brought that up, Al, because people plan for Christmas, right? They plan for, buying presents for their kids, for their grandkids, their family, or loved ones. And they plan for stuff like that. But you know what people don't plan for? Their financial future.
Right.
And I want to bring that to light a little bit because there are ways and strategies to plan for your financial future. If you're, say, we've been seeing a lot of people, Al, come to these investing classes, great jobs, making some pretty good money from their income, their job. But the problem is they don't make enough to pay the bills, have some fun, and to save as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of listeners because we know there's a retirement crisis, and that's partially because people just don't have enough to save.
Right.
But there's our strategies to use multi sources as far as different strategies and multiple income sources, which trading and investing is an opportunity for a lot of people. So let's help people plan for their future financially. You help a lot of people build that plan, build that strategy for hopefully they can save more, maybe donate more. Some people want to do that. How do people use strategies with the market for extra income, having more than one source? Because that's what they say is having more than one source is how you actually become financially free.
Correct.
We're seeing a lot of people want to do that. How do you help people bridge that gap and start that plan?
Yeah. Well, first of all, let me comment on something we started talking about in that last segment, in the first segment, about time. Excuse me. I had mentioned that maybe it's not the right time to invest in a particular asset. It's always the right time to be in the market because there is always an opportunity, regardless of which direction the market goes. If you have been trained properly to know the right assets and strategies to use. But it may not be the right time to invest in a specific investment. You may be looking at a company you think is a great company, but the price can be so high that it's not a good investment. So that's kind of what we mean by time. So don't chase something. There's always going to be something that is a good investment in any market condition. Now, as far as income, we talked a lot about income, and you mentioned that the successful people in this country, and we're talking about maybe only 5% of the people in the country that are truly financially successful, financially independent, have multiple sources of income. And that does not mean jobs. We talk about this every week. And what we always ask people when they come into these classes is, what is your goal? What are you looking at getting out of the market? Why are you looking at the markets? And we find a number of different answers. A lot of people are just starting out and they need more income. A lot of people, maybe you've gone through a divorce or some kind of a trauma and they need more income. A lot of people are in retirement and their income from their job is gone and they need more income. The ironic thing is that if you go to most Wall Street advisors, they will put you into a position that is not geared towards income. It is really more of a, and this is kind of the advisor go-to, is put you into a portfolio that is long-term. Put a portfolio together, let it ride, put it on cruise control, and don't worry about what's happened this year. The majority of the 401ks, for example, are down around 25% this year alone. That's how comfortable is it to ride that out if you are in retirement and you're relying on that, or if you're thinking about or getting close to retirement. So if you need income, if you want additional income, there are assets that are ideal for that. And we teach those in these classes. We have instructors, professional instructors that are basically pros in all of those different assets. And what I'm talking about for short-term income is not what most people are in. Most people are in mutual funds or in stock. And those are stocks, equities are one of the greatest things ever to come along for people to build long-term wealth. But short-term income is different. It means that you have to have something now. If you have your furnace breaks down, your car breaks down, you can't agree to pay for it in 10 or 20 years. You need extra income now. So options, futures, Forex, those are three fantastic assets to use for short-term income. And by short-term, you kind of decide what that is going to be, and then the right asset or the right strategy to use to kind of fit into your timeline. Some people are day traders. They want to generate an income daily, some weekly or some monthly, and everyone may be a little different as to what they're looking for, and to be honest with you, what they should be doing. And one of the things that we do is help you identify where you are now and where you want to be in the future. That's really the key. What do you want your future to look like? And to be able to achieve that, you have to know how to bridge the gap properly from where you are to that point. Don't look at what you have now and say, well, if I get 3 or 4% a year, this is how I can live in the future. Start out by saying, this is how I want to live in the future, and then let's figure out the rate of return you need to get there using the right assets and the right strategies for you specifically.
I'm really glad you brought that full circle, because we kind of started this segment out as people plan for Christmas, they plan for holidays, but they don't plan for their financial future. You do have to find out where you at now. Where are you at now?
Yeah.
That's just what we talk, how we talk
Yeah, we
sometimes.
do.
Where are you now? Where do you want to be in the future? And then how do you create that plan, which is step by step to reach that goal or objective? And you brought up earlier the longer you wait to do something, the harder it is down the road. And you won't really realize it until it's that time. That's why now is the time to get in these financial markets and make investing decisions now for your trading income strategies and your wealth strategies. So learn how these techniques and strategies work, and we introduce you to these techniques and concepts in these free classes that we have here local at our academies. Text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats to see how to have more income strategies in your life. Text the word investing to the number 210 right now. I was just thinking about that movie with the cops. I forget what it was called. I almost said Right Meow. Remember that movie?
Oh, say that again?
Right Meow.
Right meow.
Yeah, remember that movie? I think it was Super Troopers. They said Right Meow. But we'll leave that.
I must have missed that one.
I'm going to have to give you that movie later. It's a really good movie. Anyways, off topic a little bit.
It was.
So, I've been meeting with a lot of people lately, Al, and there's so much stuff out there for people to find financial information.
Mm-hmm.
And think about this for a second. When someone is looking for information, what do? They Google it.
They Google it, right?
Now, where is this information coming from? If the odds are stacked against the public, and the public is going to Google, or worse, YouTube, for financial education and financial information, do you think it's possible that institutions or the smart money are manipulating the minds of the public because they know where people are getting their information. Potentially, that's why the public struggles because they have to continue to research things. But where is that research coming from? Where is that information coming from? Who is giving that information, and what is their motive? We're seeing so many people come to the academy right now, Al, to find out why they're doing some of the things they're doing. Why are they seeing some of the things they're seeing? But how do they find out how the institutions are doing it and not how they're saying to do it? Because there's a disconnect there. How do you help people bridge that gap and kind of get from the wrong mindset to the right mindset to make income strategies?
Well, first of all, we want people to know what moves price. If you get into an investment, whether you're looking at short-term income or for your long-term wealth buildup, you want the price of that asset, if you buy it, to go up in value. So would it be helpful to know why it goes up in value and when it's going to go up in value? That's what our core strategy is designed to do. It doesn't make any difference how smart you are or what your opinion is or what the opinions of people on YouTube or on the TV channels, what they're saying. What's far, far, far more important is to track with the smart money. In other words, the people that are drivers of price action, what are they doing? When are they going to do it? That's how you become successful, and that's what we do. We show you how the markets function, why price moves, who moves it, and then how to just follow what they're doing, because they leave tracks on something called a price chart, and we teach our students how to read a price chart very much like a radiologist would read an X-ray or an MRI. On a price chart, everything you need to know is there. A lot of the things that people push as their strategy is based on maybe their opinion of what will happen based on something that's happened before, instead of looking at factually what we know will move price. And that's just big buyers coming in and big sellers coming in. And what happens when the institutions, and it's the big Wall Street institutions, maybe hedge fund managers that are doing that, they trade with such large quantities of money that they can move the price of something. And then what they count on, and it happens every time, is the emotions of the public to then get involved and provide profits for them. What you want to do as a successful trader is to be positioned before the public comes in. The markets are hugely driven by emotions, and the institutions know that, and they know how to take advantage of the emotions of the public. That's how they succeed. So one of the things that is critical to be successful is to control the emotions and then just trade with something that's objective, that follows a set of rules, a step-by-step process that is a set of rules that takes as much as possible the thinking out of it, the emotions out of it, the fear and the greed, because those emotions will get involved if you are a human being, and I'm assuming everyone listening is a human being.
Maybe.
If not, contact us. Who would like to know that. But if you're a human being, you can't help it. You have emotions that are inherent in you, and you have to be able to control those as a trader or investor.
Yep.
And by following that set of rules, which is part of our core strategy, we even give you a trading platform that makes you follow those rules to get to the point where you identify whether something is a good quality position for you, or it will tell you if you should not get into it because of certain things.
Yeah, you're coming back full circle again, and it's really having a plan, having rules within a plan, removing those emotions out of the markets, so that way you're getting in the markets before these moves happen, not after and late to the party. If you're listening right now, and if we talk about planning for Christmas, have you ever arrived late to dinner? It doesn't feel very good. You always want to get there before dinner so you can get the hot turkey, the nice hot stuffing. That's the key in trading investing, is getting in the markets before these moves happen. And that's the difference between the people that are successful and the people that are not. It's that 5%. So we as retail investors and traders need to do things like them and a little bit different than what we're seeing on TV and that, which is worse, the university of YouTube. Please, if you're listening right now, please refrain from going to YouTube, just helping you out in making financial decisions. So we have investing classes to get started in these markets and to see how these markets actually function, to make smart investing decisions. Text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats. Text investing to the number 210 for 2 seats for a free class on the markets. Coming up next, retirement strategies, 401k and IRA. We'll be right back.